This is the Nehemiah Gibson Show. I'm Nehemiah Gibson, and we're here on the Wave 1 Radio Network here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're excited to start this series here. The show is going to be really about what's going on in Indianapolis and the things that we're going to do here. I'd like to introduce my co-host for today. It's AJ.
Hi, everybody.
So AJ will be doing some things with us as well, and I'll be bringing some of you on the show as well. So make sure you stay and pay attention to when we're going to open that up for you to come and sit down and be part of the conversation, okay? But again, I'm Nehemiah Gibson. I've been doing radio news for a long time here in the city and other cities as well. And now I'm going to do a little podcast and try to be telling you what's going on in Indianapolis and do a little gossip and try to help you in your personal life and your private life as it relates to parties at home and different drinks and different things you can try to entertain at home as well and what's going on in the city. But we're going to start with some things today about like what's going on in Indy. So as you know, it's that time again in the summer, and it's Indy Pride time now, you know, the big gay parade and everything here in the city. And so, have you been last year?
I went last year, the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that.
See, I feel so bad because I've not been like in 7 years. And so, like, I feel like out of the loop a little bit because I think around those times they have something going on. But they have the Indy Pride Ambassadors Contest at Greg's. Our place is on 16th Street. And so if there's somebody out there that is in the gay community that wants to be the ambassador, and I think they usually choose 2 or 3 of them, and they're in the parade and they really just bring a lot that's going on in this community and use that for the year. So, sorry. So what we're going to try to do is let you know about those types of things that are going on. So it's a contest, and you can go to the Indy Pride website, indypride.org, and see when the schematics and what all they have to do with that. Have you ever been in one of these pageants before? Or?
I have. I've been in quite a few of the pageants, and I've actually performed a couple of times during Indy Pride. So it's definitely a place to be, especially if you want to support. You know, go out and support. So I think you guys should check that out.
That's great. Any tips for people that are interested in this type of thing?
Don't be shy. Go ahead and let it shine. Be prideful of who you are. Be yourself.
Be yourself. Some people get into a lot of the pageant things. I know that I've judged a lot of the pageants here in the city, and so I know sometimes people get into that pageant drama. We don't want you to do that. We want you to go and have a good time and have fun and do the best that you can do.
Right.
They have a dance indie swing at the West Coast Swing Lesson and Dance at Rodeo Dance. It's the address is 502 North Capitol. So it's a dance lesson type situation. If you like salsa dancing, if you like swing dancing, they do offer a lot of things here for people that are interested in dance and things of that nature. I know that when I was younger, I was in cheerleading at IU and things of that nature. So I love the dance thing, but I ain't going to do too much. Yeah, definitely not a elite dancer. You know, I can do a little two-step, a little shake.
Dance with the door closed a little bit.
Whatever. The shade is thick. And then we have the outdoor yoga at the Indiana War Memorial, which is like really interesting. Like I kind of really want to see what this is about. Yeah. It's May 20th. It's a Sunday at 12:30 p.m. at the Indiana War Memorial. So I'm sure they have a lot of things set up there. So, you know, if you're into yoga, which I've never done yoga. I've done Pilates, which is harder than yoga. And I thought I was going to die. So I kind of said, no.
Check that out.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to do that again. So bring your mat, and I'm for sure they have more information online as well. Usually I find a lot of these things on Facebook, so keep up with the Facebook thing, and I'm going to also add these to the Facebook page for the Nehemiah Gibson Show as well, so also look for that. Add my Twitter as well, Nehemiah_Gibson. I look forward to adding you back and following you back.
He will follow you back.
Oh, of course, you better know what to say. So as it relates to some of the things that are going on in the city, we have a lot of things that are kind of like shifting here. We have like Amazon possibly picking us, and I'm kind of like,
It's definitely interesting.
It's interesting, but in the same sense, I'm kind of like, where are we gonna fit these people?
We can find a place.
We're a little big city.
Definitely.
Definitely. And, Amazon really coming here, let's be real. I mean, we have more potholes in the city than anything.
Oh my goodness, let's not get started.
I'm just keeping it real. Most Amazon execs are not going to drive $100,000 Tesla with potholes all over the city. Absolutely. So that will be very interesting to see. I guess that what I'm trying to see here is that the downtown life has changed. And, with the nightlife of a lot of young people coming here working for Salesforce and working for these organizations, they really don't have a nightlife.
I'd say that the downtown nightlife has died.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think.
In my opinion.
I think it's a life support. Like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like clear. Like, what can be done here to revitalize the downtown nightlife for the young execs, the millennials that are coming into the community. Right. I think that's the conversation that needs to take place. And, we want you to be in these conversations and tweet these conversations on, Wave One radio site, wherever you are using your social media. So kind of reach out to us so we can have better conversations as it relates to this. We want to be the go-to for you.
Absolutely.
If there's an event going on, if you have a song, you're an artist.
Venues that are available.
Yes, if you're, and definitely, if you're singing or spoken word or that's something that you're into, I want to feature that for you. I want to have you on the show. I want to play it. We play music every week and every show as well of artists that are here. It's easy to listen to Nicki Minaj and Cardi B on 96.3 and those radio stations, but we want you to listen to us. We want you to know who's out there rapping, who's out there singing, dancing, and doing those things. And that's what's very important. And I think that that's what Indianapolis needs. We need something exciting. We need to be excited about something. Yeah. And lately, I think that, everything has stagnated. I know in our community and, in the gay community, we've lost every nightclub just about. So there's not very many places to go. So we're jamming everybody into one place and everybody knows everybody. And the venues are really not the best venues sometimes because they're very small. Mm-hmm. So we really want to know those things. Another thing that we do on the show is called Question of the Day. And sometimes we'll have questions of the day. So we want to know what your questions of the day is. So I want you to send those to me. See, again, go to Twitter, to Nehemiah_Gibson. Send me your questions of the day. Go on Facebook and send me your questions of the day on the Nehemiah Gibson Show. The first question of the day is, how long is it appropriate to sit in a fast food restaurant drive-thru? What is the time limit?
Are we doing the add-on?
Yeah, we're doing the add-on.
And at what point, after said time limit, is it okay to react, and how do you react?
Right. So, let's give an example. So, if we're at a McDonald's and we're in the drive-thru for, let's say, 15 minutes. Is that appropriate?
I would say, honestly, that 15 minutes is against protocol.
Right.
One.
Okay, right.
Two, it's against my protocol because I'm already hungry. And I really just think that 15 minutes is just entirely too long for a cheeseburger and a french fry.
So what do you feel is the appropriate time? How long before you pull up should you be able to drive out with your food?
I feel like I should have my order taken within 30 seconds of me approaching the window. It should be there and done. That's 1 minute. I should be able to drive up to this window because if you're on time, then I should be at that window no longer than 1 minute and 30 seconds. By 5 minutes, I'm giving you a grace period. I should have my burger, fries, and a soda in hand and driving off of your parking lot.
Great. So that's your grace period.
That's me.
Now, I know that sometimes, restaurants get a little crazy. I've been in food service. You've been in food service before. Yes. So if there's a valued excuse, if they have some type of excuse, something has happened, then how much longer do they get?
I will give you 5 extra minutes to get it together.
Okay. So what is your total time limit if something happens?
10 minutes cap.
10 minutes cap. Okay. So I've found out here that fast food service has become slower.
Yes.
And, some people blame it on they have more variety, they have more things on their menu, they now serve all-day breakfast on certain things, so they are doing a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But I also feel that I'm paying you to do a service.
Correct.
It's like when I go to Starbucks here in the city, I order a drink, and they might be a little busy, but it's taking me 8 to 10 minutes to get the drink. And, I'm kind of like old school, like my grandmother was. It didn't take you 8 to 10 minutes to take my money type of situation.
Exactly.
So, what is the right approach? Do you holler at them? Do you ask to speak to a manager? Do you show out? I mean, what is the appropriate response you feel that if you felt like that your time has been violated?
Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm holier than thou. I haven't went in and shook up an establishment before because y'all took too long with my frappe. But I will say this. I think the first thing to do is, one, maybe check in, see what's taking so long. If there's a problem, maybe there's a problem with the machine or something like that. Or maybe ask to speak with the manager and let them know that, you're not moving at a
a glacial
fast
pace.
enough pace. You know what I mean? You're
you.
moving at a glacial pace.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay.
And then there are just some of those stores where you just gotta. I gotta go to my roots and what is going on? Why have I been waiting 30 minutes? All I wanted was a hot chocolate,
Right. So I definitely understand that. And that is, I feel like, see me, I guess it depends on the situation that I'm in. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I get very testy because I'm just like, I'm a very efficient person. I expect everybody else to run efficiently. And sometimes I have to, think about that as I do that. But that's a great response there as it relates to that. The second question of the day today is that Circle Center Mall downtown Indianapolis has taken a lot of hits. They lost Nordstrom's about 5, 6, 7 years ago, I believe. And now Carson's, their last anchor, has left. It happened on Sunday, this past Sunday. What is it going to take to get Circle Center Mall alive again? Or do you feel like it's just not going to happen?
I honestly feel like what it's going to take is one, either for them to close or for there to be, they need to make some of these places, which would actually tie into our first conversation, maybe make Carson's, it's already 3 levels?
Correct.
Into maybe some type of venue. They can make the 3-level club, or I know when I went to the Mall of America, they had a theme park in there.
Right.
They can do something like that to try to attract more people,
Right.
There are a lot of stores closing, like you said, and that mall is one of our biggest and most beautiful malls, I honestly feel like, and now we're about to lose it.
Right, because Circle Center Mall is one of the last malls here in a downtown setting. Most malls in bigger cities like ours are in suburban areas where people have populated, moved, and have grown. But now that they have revitalized downtown Indianapolis, we have a lot of conventions. We are a convention hub, and now we look at the mall that represents our city, and they don't have anything but food places and things of that nature. And so, some people have asked for Target to come, and, they say they'll never come, or whatever the case may be. And they're doing a big revitalization of that mall, putting, millions of dollars in the mall. But what my understanding was that this mall is in Simon's back door. Our corporate office for Simon, their national corporate office is right here in Indianapolis, right behind it. And their mall that represents them
is dying.
It's dead. That's
not
not even,
just say dead. Yeah,
it's not even life support at this point. When you don't have an anchor in your downtown mall, that gives a lot of stores in there like the right to say, you know what, you don't have an anchor. Like, why am I here? H&M and all those stores can say, we out. Yeah. Our lease is dead and void. We don't even have an anchor. We have nothing to attract people here.
Yeah, which is
and so it just seems like that. We're doing a lot of revitalization down here. We're building a lot of apartments and hundreds of thousands of dollars in rent as it relates to housing here for people, and nothing to offer them. So it's just like one of those things where you say to yourself, is it worth living down here? Is it worth being here when I could go to Castleton and be, the second biggest mall, in Indiana, or that's kind of that conversation that I feel like the city and I feel like people like us need to have. What are we going to do here? Indianapolis has nothing exciting anymore. It seems like if you want to know something that's going on, you have to go to Facebook. You might miss it. It might not be there. Somebody put it a week late. You never know. Our news affiliates talk more about news than what's going on, and things of that nature. Well, we have a lot of murders going on, obviously, but that's all they talk about is the things that are bad here. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do here, and so we need your support. Not only need your support, we need your input. I want to know everything. Throw it at me. Everything. Because the things that you throw at me is the conversations we can have. And then, by all means, I want you on the show too. So you can actually come over here and talk and have personality and talk about things and issues that are going on here. But we also want you to be excited about things. We want to know, what are you doing out there? What is Indianapolis really made of? I'd rather go to the events that have 10 people than go to the events that have 5,000 people. Because, like the Beyonce tickets, I'm cool. Yeah. That's like, 3 mortgages.
But see, I honestly feel like I would have more fun at a Beyonce concert viewing show.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Than actually paying the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $14,000 for a back seat ticket. I love you, girl, but I'm just saying.
A back seat ticket. I'm thinking to myself, that's some mortgages and some car payments, and I'd like to spend stuff on myself. That's more than a couple of outfits. Do you hear me? And that's another thing here is like, you know, all the news that we do here, I'm just sitting here like, we have top of the line concerts here. Like we're bringing.
We've had some nice people.
Some great people here. Nobody's interviewing them. Nobody is.
They just want them in for the show and ship them on out.
And they ship on out. And that's just so crazy for a first class city that we have here. But that's the Nehemiah Gibson show on a whole. And we hope that you really enjoyed the conversation here. We want you to bring those songs to me. I really need a lot of music. I want music from here. It's easy for me to go on YouTube and get music from people in New York and LA and all in Atlanta who's trying to make it and trying to make a name for themselves. That's easy for me. I get it sent all to me all the time on Twitter. And I want it from here. I want to hear from you. If it's a spoken word piece, we will call you and work out the schematics to make sure that you have a time frame on what I need from you as well. But that's important. And we are trying to do that and trying to bring a lot of that great talent out. So if you have an event, if you have a song, if you have something that you would like to speak about, talk about, want us to talk about, please feel free to reach us. Go to Facebook to the Nehemiah Gibson Show. Wave One Radio will also have a lot of information as it relates to the show. And on Twitter, I am Nehemiah_Gibson. So just go ahead and add that and I'll add you back. You guys have a great night and thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. I'm tired.
And I'm hot.